Hi folks, so I hope I don't get in the way of the camera. I usually manage to get my head in somewhere along the line. But this camera hasn't got a great zoom in. It's a great camera, but for this sort of work, I have a bit of a compromise. Right, okay, so unprimed watercolour paper. It's not the 100% rag or linen, it's 30% rag and the rest is cellulose. But there's enough rag in it. I'm sure it'll be. It will last stand the test of time. What I would normally do when the painting, the oil painting is dry, because a lot of the oil will soak into the paper, it will go dull and matte finish. But then when it's really dry, I can give it a couple of coats of retouch varnish, which will bring the colour out and seal the surface. Or if you leave it for 6 months, you can give it a proper oil paint varnish, you know, the finish varnish, where you get a lovely shine on the paper, and it'll be protected for ages. But anyway, I'm enjoying painting on it. I've got loads of it to use up, and if I sell any, they're quite easy to roll and put in a tube and then post. Right, okay, so I've changed my on Etsy. I've made all the paintings free again. I just have to take the chance. But the tracking, I'm not going to post them tracked, because it adds for abroad paintings. We're going to US or Australia or somewhere. It takes so much out of the price that I just have to take a chance that the Royal Mail will get my packages to where they're supposed to go. Right, so there's no additional cost. The postage is free, and I hope you go on Etsy and have a look, see what I've got on there. I don't post everything on Etsy. I've got about 80 paintings on there, and it's quite a bit of work changing or editing them. Doing 80, it takes about an hour. Right, okay, so I'm going to, let's just get a pen. So I'm going to want to draw some dark moors, and so I have some stuff here, some lighter green, but I love the Payne's grey, and it will counter change with the sky. I'll put a light sky on. Right, I've got some oil here. This is walnut oil. Asda's walnut oil, nutty and delicate, perfect for drizzling over delicious salads, but it's a good oil medium as well, and very cheap. And I've mixed it with some fast drying oil with my hake. Just someone for Patreon. Okay, so I'll use a smaller brush. I'll use this one here, this flat. Bit of oil, just a touch of oil, and we'll put in. Let's have a bit of Payne's grey. Get these a little bit light. Noise is off. Got the grandson who's clearing out under the stairs with his nanny. Okay, so there we are. Right, now we've got a bit of darker stuff under there. Still with the Payne's grey, but plenty of ultramarine, no white. Okay, let's just get a bit of green in there. The blue. Catching a bit of light. It's quite a rough paper, this Fabriano. It's Fabriano £130 weight. It's studio paper. Okay, we can elaborate on there. Right, let's leave that for a while. The oil will soak into the paper, but we want a dramatic sky as well, so let's just clean that brush. I'm going to use a large brush now. Alright, let's touch of oil. Oil. Oh, wobble, wobble, wobble. I'll try to do this quick with quite a bit of variety in it. So now we can highlight. Now this is a sort of sketch. Oops, sorry. So out on the moor, Dartmoor, anywhere really. Bit of blue. Oops, got my finger in this. Just red, yellow, Payne's grey, or you can cadmium red. Cadmium, I'll say that again. You can mix your greens with the Payne's grey, cadmium yellow pale and the cadmium red, or you can substitute the Payne's grey for the ultramarine. Alright, let's just get that, a bit of that sort of reflection. Let's have a bit of some trees in there. Right, I'll put that in a frame, or in a mount. It's really just an exercise in how, in speed painting, creating an impression. Sort of a bit more drama in here. Just darken that a little bit. Right, House on the Moor. Impression, or abstracts. Turn that off. Right, good amount. That's about it. Okay, just out on the moor. Just a bit of drama. Let's see any adjustments we want to make. I can't even find the palette now. Here it is. Just catch a few high spots there. Now you can exploit the tooth in this sort of paper, tooth being the okay, we'll let that go, I think. or ruin it. These sort of things, they're sort of semi-abstract, but it's an impression of a very changeable, active sky going over some bit of water, a bit of a pond. Let's just a bit more on there. Right, I'm going to let that go now. But watercolour paper is a lovely surface to work on. You know, you don't need expensive canvases. Oil painting can be prohibitive until you start to learn some of the tricks of the trade, that you don't need expensive canvas. Canvas is lovely, but remember, you've got to store the stuff. Unless you're selling everything you paint, your house is going to be eventually filled with canvas because it has a size. You can unpin the canvases, of course, roll them up, but watercolour paper, the thin MDF, great surfaces to work on, and they're durable. This isn't cartridge paper, this is, although it's machine made, it's still got plenty of wood pulp in it, but I quite like it. Now, I never sign these at the moment because it's just too much paint on there. So I was asked by John on YouTube about painting on watercolour paper. I don't think he'd sort of seen it before, but John Constable and Turner, they use watercolour paper for sketching, and I've seen some of the Constable sketches that look very, very impressionist and very immediate. This was very immediate, but it's sort of an imaginative one. But just have a go. Just have a go. Just, you know, the materials don't have to be expensive. All I use are student quality paints, Winton or Dale Rowney, Winsor & Newton or Dale Rowney student range paints. A bit of oil, a bit of linseed oil, or a bit of walnut oil, a bit of dryer. The brush is probably the most expensive bit, these, but I use these cheap nylon ones as well. Let's hope you enjoy that, folks, and have a go, try yourself. If you're tempted, just do it. You'll love it. The variety that you can get and that you can change. Painting sort of grows out of the background. Anyway, enough from me. I'll get this uploaded and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.